Hi, my name is Bo Keat. I'm a Shingo Faculty Fellow at the Shingo Institute, and I have my own consulting company called the Keat Group, based out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. As I make this video, it's below zero outside and there's a whole bunch of snow staring right outside that window. By the time I get to meet you in Orlando, I hope it's under more favorable conditions. And when I meet you, I will be talking for a little bit over an hour about updating leadership standard work. And the real key is, why would you want to do that? So I'll take you back briefly, maybe 25 years ago, when those of us who were around then would assess the ability of a factory or the compliance of a factory to continuously improve by checking the date on the standard work hanging from machines or posted in work areas that workers were supposed to do. And if the date was more than 6 months, we would question whether there's any continuous improvement really occurring on this shop floor and wonder if the organization is in fact learning anything new since they made the standard work. So if you think about that, what has that got to do with leadership standard work? And the answer is everything. Everything from two perspectives. The first is the overall approach of leadership standard work. And the second is how you've contextualized that approach into something meaningful to you within your own leadership standard work. I'll take the approach first. When we first started getting probably pretty heavy into leadership standard work was maybe 15, 18 years ago. Now, if I look at how we are talking about it, training and facilitating it, helping leaders design it now, it hasn't changed. I'm thinking we've learned an awful lot in the last 18 years. And I'm thinking maybe we ought to change the approach based on what we've learned. The second is how you've contextualized however you've learned leadership standard work into your own new work. And I would ask you, how long has it been since you've challenged and changed it? Just as we did on the shop floor. If it's been more than 6 months, I'm wondering, are you continuously improving? And are you learning how to lead better? These are the types of things we need to worry about and I would like to discuss with you in the workshop. It's only going to be an hour long. I hope it's going to fly by. I hope it's going to be a great discussion to open up some eyes, including mine, to get feedback on what the heck you're thinking. There are going to be 4 basic components of this workshop. The first is going to be to assess the gap. A gap exists if you understand what you wanted to get out of your leadership standard work that was not resident or evident in your organization or your role prior to creating the leadership standard work. That's great. Are you there yet? If you're not there yet, you haven't hit your plan. So if actual doesn't equal plan, there's a gap. So let's discuss the gap. What is the gap of what you wanted to get versus what you're actually getting out of it? The second piece I'd like to talk about with you is what work you should stop doing. We have trained everyone to add things to their work in leadership standard work without really challenging what you should stop doing. I'm betting there are a few things that don't make sense anymore. And if you can understand what those are and stop doing them, you're going to create some great capacity to do something better with your role, your life, and your organization. The third piece is a gap in the approach or the model is the absence of discussions on behaviors. We need to behave differently if we want to see different results and if we want to move the culture forward. The Shingo model says ideal behaviors creates ideal results. So why don't we create some behaviors or identify some behaviors that would be really good to incorporate inside our leadership standard work based on the Shingo model. So let's integrate the model into the leadership standard work. And then finally, how do we create a path of continuous improvement? So as you try these things, you know whether or not they're working, and then what to do to improve on them. At that point, you will have a great chance of moving to a better place and having a great job updating leadership standard work. I hope I'll see you in Orlando. I look forward to meeting with you. I look forward to being challenged with you on the right way to do this inside your organizations. Thanks for your time.